Matisse, I've got a question for you. How did you react to the copium from the Arsenal fans after this PSG win when they said, we took them blow for blow, we took them all the way? I actually saw you make a really good point. Some online ones.
Yeah, well,
on X.
Two Arsenal fans can say something and you try and make that like everyone.
It was more than two. Matisse replied perfectly, in my opinion. He said, hang on, Aston Villa beat them, right, at home. Yep. Obviously, they didn't go through. Liverpool took them to pens and beat them away. Arsenal lost both ties. Yes, you beat them in November, but it's a totally, totally different team. But what did you make of the... we went blow for blow. Arteta's going to do it next year.
I feel sad for them. It's sad. You don't like to see... you don't like to see that level of hopium and copium. What you'd like to see is, fair play, best team in Europe. You know what I mean?
Which is
miles better than us. Yeah. They play way better football than us.
Which is exactly
it wasn't Rory Delap. It wasn't that.
You did a lot of long throws.
Throws all game.
But you know what, right?
You know what I mean? I don't care about the XG, by the way.
Right.
You know what I mean? We saw the game.
What I was... Listen, by the way, none of that talk came from me, right? Because I said even from the last... Right? I said even from the last one when Arteta said that thing about better, I said, no way. They were way better than us, right? However, we didn't get smashed up like what
no one did. No,
right?
That was
and the only thing I said, right? The only thing I said, I didn't go thing. I was just saying it to a couple of people on the night, Spurs fans. I'm like, yo, it's a little bit different when you got to play them in a semi-final to Bodo Glimt. That's all I said.
That's a very valid point.
And that is a very valid point. So when people come down and say, yeah, you blew it, you bottled it, you think, and then you see, and it's not a copium thing for me because that's what you got. That's the standard.
That's the standard, yeah.
That's the standard of the competition that you're going to have to beat. But all I was just saying just reminding a couple of Spurs fans is that as good as it is that you've won a trophy, instead of just be comparison all the time, look at, because you're going to have that next year.
Yeah, the levels are different.
That's what you got to get past.
They got that in the
semi.
Super Cup.
Yeah, you ain't going...
Ooh.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we'll find out. We'll find out.
Let's see how they do.
That's the standard. It's not Bodo Glimt. That's the only point I was trying to make. But at the end of the day,
as much XG as Arsenal, Tottenham. That is your challenge.
Actually, and actually, the other thing we did create a lot of shots.
Good question.
We created.
Donnarumma made some big saves.
Donnarumma had to make in both games had to make a lot of brilliant saves. So
does it make you
they're
feel
good, man? They are very, very good side up. And I think it's good for football that they've won it.
Does it make you feel a bit more at ease knowing that the team knocked you out went on to win it?
Not really. Because I actually look on it and think to myself, if we would have won that, man,
we lost to...
I mean, we went out...
You look at it. That's how I was looking at it the other way. I was looking at it thinking, boy, man, we'd have got
if Darwin Núñez didn't take that penalty, we'd probably be European champions.
That Inter I saw there, man.
You would have loved that.
We would have beaten them. That's what I was thinking, more than... But listen, you can't really look at it. I just look at it and think that they deserve to win it.